There comes a moment in life when you look around and realize that the world is not what it once was. The people you held close, the family you believed would always be there, the friends who once seemed inseparable, the sense of community you thought was permanent, all of it begins to shift. And whether you are ready for it or not, life demands that you see things as they are, not as you wish them to be. There is a reason so many people in their later years find themselves lost, disillusioned, questioning everything they once relied on, because they built their sense of security on things that were always temporary, always fleeting, always bound to change. And if you have reached this point, if you are standing at the threshold of a new season in life, then you must come to terms with the truth that most people never fully prepare for. The only reliable support you will have is not your family, not your past successes, not the approval of others, but the pillars you build for yourself, the foundations you establish that cannot be taken away no matter what happens. The greatest mistake people make as they age is assuming that the world will continue to revolve around them, that the love and attention they gave to others will always be returned, that the relationships they invested in will remain just as strong, that they will always have a place in the lives of those they once cared for. But time does not work this way. Circumstances change. People move on, priorities shift. And the moment you begin to rely on things that are beyond your control, you set yourself up for disappointment, for heartbreak, for a sense of abandonment that should never have been there in the first place. The harsh truth is that once you reach a certain stage in life, the only thing that will truly sustain you is what you have built for yourself, the faith you have cultivated, the health you have preserved, the financial wisdom you have applied, the relationships that have proven themselves through time, and the purpose that keeps you waking up each day with a sense of mission. Because if you do not have these things, then no amount of family connections, no amount of past accomplishments, no amount of longing for the way things used to be will be enough to keep you strong when the world no longer caters to you. There will come a day when you realize that the people you once sacrificed for are now too busy with their own lives to be there for you in the way you once were for them. Not because they are bad, not because they do not care, but because that is the way life moves. Everyone is fighting their own battles. Everyone is navigating their own struggles. And expecting others to fill the gaps in your life that you should have prepared for is a mistake that leads only to disappointment. And if you do not want to find yourself in a place where you are bitter, resentful, and filled with regret, then you must shift your focus now, while you still have time, toward the things that will carry you through the years ahead. You must anchor yourself in something greater than human relationships, because as much as people may love you, as much as they may respect you, they cannot be your foundation. You must take care of your health with more urgency than ever before, because no amount of financial success, no amount of influence, no amount of recognition will matter if you do not have the strength to enjoy your life. You must take responsibility for your financial stability, because depending on others to provide for you in your later years is not just a risk, it is a form of slavery that leaves you at the mercy of circumstances beyond your control. You must cherish and protect the few relationships that have stood the test of time, because when difficulties come, when hardships arise, it will not be a crowd that comes to your aid, but the rare individuals who have proven their loyalty and commitment over the years. And above all else, you must have a purpose, because nothing will drain the life out of you faster than believing that your best days are behind you, that you have nothing left to contribute, that you are simply waiting for time to take its course. The moment you believe that you are no longer needed, the moment you accept the idea that your role in this world is over, is the moment you begin to decline, not because of age, not because of external circumstances, but because you have surrendered the very thing that keeps a person alive, the drive to keep moving forward, the conviction that there is still more to be done, still more to give, still more to build, still more to experience. And yet, so many people enter this phase of life completely unprepared, assuming that things will take care of themselves, assuming that the love they gave in their younger years will automatically return to them, assuming that their body will continue to function without intentional care, assuming that their financial situation will always remain stable. But assumption is not preparation. And if you reach your later years without having laid the proper foundation, you will find yourself struggling in ways that could have been avoided, longing for support that should have never been your primary dependence in the first place. Because here is the truth: people will let you down even when they do not mean to. The body will weaken, even if you wish it would not. The world will move forward, even if you are not ready for it. And if you have not built something stronger than the passing things of this life, then you will feel the weight of it all crashing down on you. But if you do the work now, if you invest in the things that truly matter, if you take ownership of your own future, then instead of feeling lost, instead of feeling abandoned, instead of feeling like time has left you behind, you will step into this season with a strength that cannot be shaken, with a confidence that cannot be broken, with a sense of purpose that nothing can take away. Because while the world may shift, while relationships may change, while circumstances may evolve, the foundations you build for yourself will remain, and they will carry you through no matter what comes. If you want to live with peace, if you want to enter your later years with strength rather than fear, then stop expecting people to be your foundation and start focusing on what truly lasts. Secure your faith, because it will be the only thing that remains when everything else fades. Take care of your health, because without it, nothing else will matter. Be wise with your finances, because dependence on others is not a plan. It is a gamble that rarely ends well. Protect the relationships that have proven themselves through time, because in the end, it is not the number of people in your life that will matter, but the depth of connection you have with the few who truly care. And above all else, find a purpose that keeps you alive, a mission that makes you excited to wake up in the morning, a reason to keep going even when the world says you should slow down. Because as long as you are breathing, your time is not over, your work is not done, your life still has meaning. Do not waste it waiting for others to be your source of strength. Become strong yourself. Build your own foundation. Stand on what cannot be taken away, and you will never find yourself lost, no matter what the future holds.